Okay, guys, so I am not going to edit this down. This is my full thoughts. I just got done watching WandaVision episode 3. And like I said before in the last previous review I had for the last previous episodes, I actually really enjoyed those episodes because they really were a harken back, a love letter to the 1950s sitcom era, like your I Love Lucy's basically. So we're getting into a new era in this episode where it's basically Brady Bunch. The house that they're in looks just like the Brady Bunch house. WandaVision is now in color, by the way. So I know a lot of people have been frustrated with this series already at this point. I mean, I believe a lot of people kind of turned it off after those first two episodes because there was really kind of nothing going on. There was more of hints of something going on. And I thought this episode was going to bring the whole enchilada, not the whole enchilada, but it was going to, the waiter was bringing the beans and rice, you know. I think that, that was a great analogy, I guess. So yeah, I thought there was going to be a lot more. This was the episode though. This was the episode. In the first 20 minutes of this episode, I got a little frustrated. I thought, yes, I get what Kevin Feige, what Marvel is trying to do here. I know they want to do something different. They really want to bring that sitcom aspect, that one episode, standalone episode in this type of show, but leading to something later on. I mean, the best example is kind of a little bit like Rick and Morty. It's not it's kind of crazy to think that these two shows are very similar, but Rick and Morty is like a standalone episode if you think about it. But then they have like these storylines that tie into maybe future episodes. There's a main kind of little bit of a plot, but they go on their own adventures. And this is kind of like, this is a sitcom format. This is where it's a standalone thing, but there's hints that there's something much bigger, and I'm pretty sure this is all going to pay off at the end of the series. But this is the episode that really got me going. I kind of am bored. I really don't like the writing in this particular episode in the first 20 minutes. I get, like I said in the last episode, I get the era. This is more of a 60s, 70s comedy kind of era. It's once again, over the top acting a little bit, but this is really goofy. This was a really, really, really goofy episode. And it made it more goofy for the fact that I had to see Vision in color, be Vision with the Infinity Stone still right here. But the problem is that from Endgame and Infinity War and Civil War, that Vision has really jumped leaps and bounds of the Vision that we're getting in this series. This is a very comical, very human-like Vision, pun intended. Paul Bettany is still doing a great job, but it's very, to me, this is definitely not the Vision that we saw his fate I shouldn't say Endgame, but Infinity War. In Infinity War, this really hints a lot of what Wanda's powers is. It's a very big question mark of what can Wanda really do. We've seen a lot of what she could do in fights and stuff, but since, a lot of people are upset because this is not a traditional Marvel comic kind of thing that's going on. It's not people fighting. It's not like it has some elements of a comic, but more 95% more of a comedy, a straight sitcom comedy. That's what they're going for. So it's very interesting to see what can Wanda really do. She's pregnant in this episode, throughout the whole episode, and she's like moving along super quick speed. I believe Vision said in a minimum of 3 days, this chick is about to give birth, and she's been pregnant for like only one. So, and then there's a lot of moments at the last 10 minutes where I was hoping it would be actually earlier on in the episode. I'm not going to spoil it, but there's you still get a little bit of, I mean, obviously you were going to get a little bit more of an unravel of what the hell is going on. And I think I get an idea what a lot of people are saying, and I think that it's going to be coming true pretty soon. What Wanda is capable of, maybe what situation she's in. But the 20 minutes of this episode really baffled me. It was really so bizarre to me, in not a good way. I had fun with the 50s. I think it worked there. But when you come here in the 60s and 70s, it just really, it was really boring. I was really bored with this episode until the last maybe 10 minutes. But even then, it just made me think like, okay, I think you should have done a lot more. I think you really are losing a lot of people in this episode because there's really not too much unless the last 10 minutes. I think Elizabeth Olsen is awesome. I know that I said, where's the accent? I remember reading an interview. She state why she doesn't have the accent. She's in an American sitcom. There's a lot of, I think she does I like seeing her in the last 10 minutes of this episode than the prior. Cause she does these weird facial expressions that are just really, it reminded me of a Nickelodeon Henry Danger episode. That's what this kind of episode kind of reminded me of. There's things going on, of course, in the episode. Paul Bettany is in it, but I feel like he kind of like is not in it. And it's very strange. It's very odd. Paul Bettany does a fantastic job. Elizabeth Olsen does a fantastic job what they're given, but I just really think this episode was just kind of just didn't work for me. It didn't make me laugh. I think if you're still going to do an honor, a love letter to the sitcoms back in the day, you got to do a better job. I think they did a good job in the 50s era, but when you come to like a Brady Bunch kind of type era, and I got a little bit of Full House in the beginning of the intro, but I think they really dropped the ball on the comedy. You still have to really have me engaged in what buffoonery is going on, and you really have to nail the comedy. This is still a clean-looking, set back in the day sitcom show that's really not all that funny. I still think Elizabeth and I think Paul, WandaVision, I think they still have great chemistry. It is starting to become odd though that Vision is very not Vision, and I'm pretty sure he might you see it in a trailer where he'll get eventually they're gonna be in their current, I guess, timeline, you should say, where maybe Vision's becomes yet again like, this he's Jarvis. He's not a human. He's Jarvis. He's not the mannerisms he's going about in these episodes is kind of a little bit bizarre, and I'm very interested to see how he came back. What is the plot between Wanda? What is this world that Wanda is in? Did she create it? Did somebody else create it? Did she stumble upon something? Is that stone on Vision's head? I believe that's the Infinity Stone still on him. Did she use a stone? Are the stones really, even though Captain America took them back? I don't know. It's crazy. I mean, anything could happen. Anything can happen. And I mean, maybe is this before or after Captain left? Like it's kind of bizarre. It is interesting seeing and then finding out about a certain character that we were introduced, I believe, in episode 2. She's actually related to another character that was in Captain Marvel. I'll let you guys think about that. But all in all, this episode was kind of a letdown for me. I was really bored with it. And I can see why people are not liking this series so far. I think I really love Wanda. I think Wanda is the best female or just overall superhero in this universe. She almost took down Thanos, guys. And I love her way more than I love her Captain Marvel. So when I heard that they were doing a series, I thought, yes, thank you. And then she's going to be in other properties. I think I'm more excited for her character in these other properties than her own show. The sad truth, right? And right now, we'll see what happens moving forward. But honestly, this was kind of a letdown, guys. I was hoping that we'd get a little bit more open, the envelope being more open, and us maybe seeing more of the overall plot. I think this series, the individual episodes and the comedy and stuff, it's not clicking enough to warrant this long. It's 3 episodes already down. I don't know how many episodes are left. I'm sure there's not that many. So you have 3 episodes down, and we haven't really gotten or done or know anything, and it's just becoming more bizarre. Not as the writing is not as strong as you hope for it to be something like this. So really frustrated, really frustrated off the bat. I'm really frustrated off this episode. I was really very debating whether I should even do this video right now and just wait till later on, because honestly there's not that much to talk about without spoiling anything in this last 10 minutes. I think the last 10 minutes really hold strong. It gets you intrigued to the next episode, but it doesn't warrant the nothingness of the 20 minutes. I mean, it was really bad, guys. Actually, I was really turned off by that. I was really just like, what the hell is going on? I don't really want to watch this episode at this point. It just went on and on like this review. It just went on and on. But thank you guys for listening. If you haven't already, please subscribe to the channel. Would really appreciate that. Just hit that subscribe button right there. Like the video if you like what I had to talk about. I want to know what you guys thought about this episode, of course, and just let me know if you liked it or not, and if you're digging the series or not. Push the notification bell, the little bell that's on the corner, to get more videos. I've been dropping videos left and right here, so I think I'm on a roll. So let's continue that. But yeah, I mean, WandaVision episode 3 was really, to me, this is where they dropped the ball. But they started picking it up a little bit in the last 10 minutes. We'll see how far we get into in episode 4. I hope we're right off the bat they do something with this, because I don't know if these standalone episodes can really hold up with the writing that they're doing. All right, guys. Well, I'm Dead Man, Danielson. Pickle Rick. No, not Pickle Rick. I'm out.